Hello, and welcome back. It's been a while. I needed to get some things together before I decided to do my first stream of 2026 because everything changed. So, hello. Desk setup's different. I'm testing out a brand new microphone that's significantly higher quality than the last one. So, there may be a bit of scuff, but we'll just go with the motions and fix things up as they go. Um, just wanted to talk a bit about how my New Year's went and my plans for the channel moving forward. So, turns out we didn't reach 100 before 2026 happened, but that's okay. As long as we're close to there, that's fine. Like, it is what it is. I don't know. But 2026, I want to be the year that I want to like really focus on building up the channel. It's basically going to be my last attempt to do any kind of streaming, really. We'll see how it goes, but I may still make videos after, like if it doesn't end up going well anyway. But I have some stuff planned. Some stuff that I did have to shelve for a bit just because it was going to take too long. There was something really big that I wanted to do before the start of February. But we'll see whether or not I can actually do that. But yeah, so 2026 is now a thing. Every time I kept talking about the new year, I kept accidentally saying 2016. So it's already tripping me up. It's starting to get warm already, but I don't know how long that's gonna last. I found that I've been getting sick because every time we're seeing temperature changes, the air pressures, it's making my sinuses act up. So it's like when it starts getting colder, like it's runny nose like all week. And then when it starts getting warmer, it's like a very dry nose. So it's like actual suffering. uh, so, anyway, I'm gonna be playing some Warframe today. I'm gonna have a stream schedule out for the next week. I have a schedule I want to try. That's gonna be 3 streams a week. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna be streaming, but I want to put a schedule together and have there be some kind of normalcy there. And maybe a video a week? I don't know. That's gonna be something that I try to push myself to do, just so that way I'm doing more and not just sitting around. So, for today's Warframe stream, we're going to be soloing the Steel Path Descendia for this week because I still have yet to do that. Then we're going to do the Insign bundle. We're going to try to do as much as we can within today's stream. Hopefully before 4 o'clock Eastern rolls around. It's either that or until we get to one of the specific challenges, which requires... Let me check. Yeah, Arbitration Survival, because I don't know if it's up right now or if it's going to be up by the time I reach it, if I even reach it on this stream. But I think that's the one part of this. Yeah, I think it's the one challenge on this so far that I can't just outright do because it does rotate. So let me see. I do need to actually shrink down my browser window so I can see which challenges are which. They do have a guide on the wiki for it, so I'm going to reference that. So, aside from that, let's just go. I have been doing a lot of the farming for the different Talon Strike weapons, but I'm still only at 2 of the... Is it 5, I think? I don't know. I'm in no rush for it though. So let's see. First we have to go. By the way, there are spoilers. Um, I do think I should actually label this as a spoilery stream. Well, it's not that there won't be any more of me. Because again, I'm still gonna be doing videos, but this is effectively my last attempt at doing live streams specifically. Just because it's been actually over 3 years, and it's been like slow rolling,
Oh, what I would not give for a real
you know, and it's like after 3 years and like pretty much next to no personal progress on this, it's like it's kind of demoralizing, but not entirely, because like I still want to do videos, and the only people who really visit my streams or visit my channel, for the most part, just watch my videos. So I could still do that, and then maybe start streaming again if that grows, and if there's a growing interest in that.
might actually go mad.
But this year will be the last, like... This will be, like, my last attempt at trying to do, like, a schedule and doing a stream, like, focus, you know? Like, doing more live streams than videos. If this doesn't work out, then the focus will shift to more videos and less streams, or potentially no streams. So, that's pretty much what that's gonna be. I'm still gonna be around, just, you know, focusing what I'm good at, or focusing on what I've been, well, quote-unquote, good at, instead of trying to brute force live streams to be a thing, you know? But anyway. So we've got the bundle. Next step is to equip the first level of the thing. Let's see. I mean, yeah, for each person it does take a different amount of time. I know for me personally, like, I operate on a very weird kind of, like, I operate kind of weirdly for how I want to do this. Let me put spoilers in the title. Yeah, the way I operate is I tend to do better when I know, like, people are interested in the thing I'm doing, which is, in my opinion, it's not, like, very helpful, because it is a feedback loop from, you know, doing a thing with the intent of having someone else actually care about the thing, you know? And so it's like, if you're at a low subscriber count, or if you're at a low viewer count, at least, like, you know, it doesn't really bode well. But I do want to move past that, and I want to just, yeah, I want to just do things for myself and not really, like, focus on the viewership, or focus on, you know, how many people are watching, or whether or not people care, you know? Because at that point, I'd be hindering myself. So, it'll take time. But either way, for now, we got a stream to do. So, first and foremost, first step is to equip the thing. I'm probably going to have to equip it on multiple different frames. Alright. So first, equip an Honoria, which is a title, which I've already done. Now the annoying part of this is we are going to have to... Actually, wait. Insign 1 unlocks on purchase. Insign 2 equip an Honoria. Challenge is only counted when the Honoria is changed inside any missions, it says. So if I go back to the arsenal, it's not going to show the new one. Right? Let's see. Insign. Yeah, it's only showing Insign 1. So what I'm going to do is just really quick go into a mission. Doesn't really matter what.
Our position has been.
Alright, and then profile. Change Honoria to... We'll do the Insign.
Compromised. Defend the cargo until reinforcements arrive.
Okay, then abort the mission. Okay, so we're gonna get inbox messages for this. Okay. Greetings, child. It has come to my attention that you have completed some difficult task or another. Well done, I suppose. Blah, blah, blah. Have this trinket. Okay, so now we go to the arsenal. Go to appearance. Yeah, okay, now it's gonna show the new one. Alright. Next. Kill 150 enemies with melee weapons with the new one. Okay. I can probably multitask. I don't want any kills stolen, so it'll have to just be me. Yeah, we'll multitask for this. So we'll do that. What can we multitask on? Okay, not the sortie, because that's not just straight up extremity. We'll do survival. Why not? And let's see if we can also get something we've been looking for. Perfect. Though if the adversary takes my gear, then I'm going to be very upset about that. But it'll be fine. Alright, so the goal is to kill 150 enemies with melee weapons. Alright. I've been seeing a lot of content creators getting into Warframe lately. Granted, a lot of them have been doing so through ads, or sponsorships rather. Oh, it's tracking at the bottom. Nice. I've specifically seen a lot of streamers from, well, not a lot of, but a few streamers from HoloLive getting into it so far. I don't know if all of them will stick with the game though. I've seen some content creators play it once and then like just never stream it again. Some of them play it off stream, but like it's the curse of sponsorships, which is a shame because it's like some people call this game gaming's best kept secret. I don't know about that, but it's definitely beloved. I don't know. I mean, I understand if you want to take it for the sponsorship alone, but like, it's just a bit disappointing. Especially if some players like just stick around the beginning areas and don't experience any of the story. Or at least any of the good story. But then again, no one's really obligated to keep playing it. You know? I just know for me personally, it's a bit disappointing. Since this is pretty much my favorite game of all time at the moment. We'll see though. So far, only 4 of them from EN have played it. I don't know if anyone from JP has. We'll see.
Well done, Tenno. Your relic is opened.
Hoping I can finish the challenge before the 5-minute mark, save some time. The goth alerts? What? That's a little different. I'm confused. I'm gonna have to look at that when this is all said and done. Where are the bad guys? Why are there no bad guys? Okay, this is one of my... I don't have very many pet peeves about this game, but one of them is that on lower levels, the spawn rate is just... it just tanks. Which really sucks for both survival mode and for excavation. I think maybe I should equip at least one companion for the vacuum effect. I just didn't want them stealing the kills is all. So, I said earlier that a lot of things changed. A lot of things changed. We're talking, I got a new desk, I got this new microphone. Although I can't really utilize the highest quality from the microphone because I'm still, at least for now, using noise suppression on and a noise gate from OBS. I'll still have to do a completely different setup for that. But, I also got a new phone, which I wasn't expecting. It's nice. I'm really glad that I have it, because my tracking is just a little bit better for it. Although my eyes are still squinty, because they're naturally squinty. But, one unfortunate downside of upgrading my phone is that there's an app that I used for sleep. Oh, Revenant. Yeah, there's an app that I used that's a music app that I used for sleep. It's called Musi. And it's been off the App Store, the iPhone App Store, for going on at least 11 months now, I think. Which makes me sad because there was at least 150 or 200 different videos on there. It was just mostly nature soundscapes and like ASMR and stuff to help me sleep. I don't need it, but it helps me go to sleep without having an overly lucid dream because there's actual background noise. And because the app has been taken off the App Store long ago, it was not able to transfer over to my new phone. Oh, thank goodness. But yeah, it wasn't able to transfer over to the new phone. And as a result, I pretty much lost all of that because I had to wipe the old phone to trade it in. I found a replacement app that works just the same, but I do need to rebuild my library from scratch. Oh dear God, he really is going to keep sending me messages every time I finish a challenge. Okay, well. So, there's that. My new desk is nice, but it is smaller, so it does feel a bit more cramped than the last one. Thankfully, this means that I won't be as open to leaving clutter on the desk, which is good. Alright, so the next challenge, complete the Peridot Rebellion. Okay, easy. Yeah, that one's stupidly easy. Yeah, so I was kind of saving it. Actually, I think I talked about it before. But yeah, my lucid dreams are pretty strong, sometimes to a detrimental degree. So, as you know, when people talk about having lucid dreams, they talk about just, being aware in their dreams, having them be tangible and just doing cool stuff intentionally, like flying or casting spells or manipulating the dream or whatever. For me, it's kind of like that, but to an insane degree, and it's because I've got a busy mind. So it's like if I don't have something playing in the background like ASMR or a nature soundscape or whatever, my brain naturally tries to fill the gap by just I wouldn't call it playing sounds, more so just trying to make it seem like I'm hearing stuff, like speech or sound in the background. And sometimes the speech I'm hearing is nonsensical because my brain again is trying to refill the gap. Oh, my frame rate's gonna tank in this, I'm sorry. Yeah, my brain's trying to fill the gap for what normally would be just busyness. But because it's doing that, I guess there's more brain activity or something. I don't really know the science behind it, but it makes my dreams that much stronger. But that causes a problem. So, most dreams, when you think of lucid dreams, you think of, oh, it's a lucid dream, I can do whatever I want in it. But what I've seen, it's to a degree where it's like, if I want something to happen, or if I so much as think of something happening, it will happen whether I want it to or not, even if it's a good or a bad thing. Like, for example, if I hope or pray that something's not gonna happen, it's gonna end up happening because I was hoping that it wouldn't, and then it barely happens because in the back of my mind, it's like, this thing is barely gonna happen, there is a chance it can still happen, and so it happens. I don't know if I'm making sense, but normally it wouldn't have happened unless I said it, and now it has to happen. Another such example, if I see something that looks like something else, then it becomes that something else. Like a perfect example is, I've seen advertisements in dreams for restaurants of 2-for-1 combo meals, And at first my eyes register it as buy one get one free, but if I look at it closer, and if I assume it didn't say buy one get one free, and it instead says 2-for-1, it suddenly becomes 2-for-1 instead of being buy one get one free, like it always was. So it's adapting to what my assumptions are, and it's bizarre. And it's that's the level of lucid dreams that are a drawback. because it's like, yeah, you could control the dream if like you're 100% like all in on willing the dream to be how you want it to be. But if you let a shadow of a doubt occur, it will happen, you know? Yeah, exactly. You're priming the direction of the dream. You're like making it do something by accident, sometimes on purpose, but by accident. And then if there are things that you've done in a dream like multiple times, that regardless of whether or not it was an accident, then that gets like reinforced each time. Some people think of that as like abilities, other people think of it as like people. And a perfect example of this is, I think I said that already, like multiple times, but one such good example of this is when you see people in your dream that you've never seen before. It puts faces of like people you know, on strangers, or like people you've at least seen on TV or on YouTube or in streams or whatever, like I remember there was one dream I had where I went to work one day and I had a new supervisor, and I didn't know, like I didn't recognize this person, but the face my dream gave them was Markiplier's face, and I'm just like, excuse me? I don't know you, why are you in my dream? It's bizarre. Yeah, you gotta like exert your will upon the dream in order for it to basically like stay within your control. Otherwise, any doubts you may have will warp it. Though lately, I've had to try my very hardest to keep it consistent to the best of my ability, because I learned that sometimes cause has no effect on the effect. One recent dream I had was a post-apocalypse scenario in which everyone was gone. It was just me, my sister, and my mother, and there were these aliens, and they were just leaving the Earth, but they left behind these like red seed pods that would start growing, and they'd be like growing into some kind of like fleshy muck or whatever, and they'd start taking different forms. Like one of them looked like a giraffe-headed man, and another looked like just a tentacle monster perched on a building. And they would just keep growing, and any sign of human life, these creatures would like just decimate on the spot. And this part of the dream was involving that like creature perched on the building with the tentacles and whatnot, and it saw us moving through like a ruined mall, and it would try to like use its tendrils to land at the mall through the windows and stuff, but it would narrowly miss. And my mother would be looking for supplies, and my sister would be like following me to safety. And I told her, I was like, you need to be careful. I know you want to just run past like the open windows, but you must resist the urge, because if you are seen by this thing, it will destroy you. And we're like on three, 1, 2, 3, go, and then I'm going, and I'm hoping that she's paid attention to what I said, but in the back of my mind, like, she hasn't. And so that little bit of doubt has caused something interesting to happen. So I just run forward without looking back, and I don't hear any damage to the building, so I don't believe the thing like tried to attack us. And we're running, like, we're crouching past an open windowsill, like in this mall. And then when we're past it, I still hear no sounds, and I heard my sister's footsteps behind me. So I'm like, oh, she made it, She listened to me. But yet when I turn around, she was still absent. So even though the cause was different, the effect was still the same. And it was very weird. So it's like exerting your will upon the dream is important, but for me, at least in that one instance, it wasn't enough. And I find that to be very disturbing. Yeah, I effectively let it go in a small way by accident. It's just the most weird thing. And what makes it even weirder is, and this is going to sound a little bit strange, the effects of AI-generated images being a thing has had an adverse effect on how I perceive some things. Because if we go back to that example I gave before of like a sign, like an advertisement sign for a 2-for-1 combo meal, I saw something similar in a recent dream, and I thought it was just AI-generated text because I was too far away for it to make any sense to me, and the dream turned it into AI-generated text. And you know AI doesn't do text well. If there are 3 things it doesn't do well consistently, it's hands, eyes, and text. And, like, the dream adapted to that mindset being, oh, you thought it was AI text, therefore now it's gonna be AI text because you thought about it. And so I'm just like, did this ruin my dreams? In a sense. You know? So yeah, lucid dreams are very, very bizarre. And I've been talking non-stop, and now I need a drink of water. Give me a moment. $2,000 for socks. Please tell me they were lined with gold leaf and had, like, they were, like, bedazzled with rhinestones or something? Were they just regular Christmas socks? Or just whatever socks? Oh, God. You know, someone somewhere charged $2,000 for socks. Oh, goodness. You know what else I noticed? It's already been documented before, but things that require muscle memory are extremely, like, difficult to do in dreams. The 2 best examples I can give are throwing a punch and sprinting. Oh, wait, no, 3, because there's also swimming. You can't swim, jog, or punch in a dream unless you assume you're doing the action. You know, my workaround is to, whenever I need to run really fast, I just pretend I'm doing like some kind of superpower run, like the Flash or something. And then just do that, and just have that be like the canon for the dream. And that works. Oh, I see. So they're trying to assume that you either bought or stole those. I don't know. I've seen something like that happen before, like, on a smaller scale, but it follows the logic of you break it, you buy it, except you carry it out, you buy it. Dang, that sucks. But yeah, what else? Yeah. Running, swimming, and punching is impossible to do in a dream unless you pretend you're doing it. And when you pretend you're doing it, you'll either end up doing a way better punch, or backstroke, or jog or sprints than you normally would have, or it'll end up being just a superpower. Which is not a problem, but like... have you ever tried just swimming or jogging in a dream? It's like trying to move through molasses. It's misery. Yeah, it's just weird stuff. But I mean, I get it. It's like... it's just muscle memory. I won't get the kill before the thing goes through. Yeah, for me, I have to imagine I'm going super speed. If I try to run like a regular person, then it's like I'm on like 0.25 times speed. It's just bizarre. It's just absolutely bizarre. Wait, why am I slashing when I can just use use dread? How's that for slash damage? How's that for heat damage? Yeah, I got it intentionally. I'll just let you burn out. Crumple. Yeah. I gotta intentionally, like, pretend I'm doing a superpowered run in a dream. Before I can do any kind of superpowered run. Do I dream about Warframe or Destiny? No. The reason I don't is because both of those are very, well, Warframe specifically is very violent. If I had a dream about those, I'd probably be, like, reduced to meat. So I try not to. Sometimes I dream about new updates that come out, but that's really it. Huh, that was a lot faster than I thought it would be.
Well done, Tenno.
Unless I forgot to turn Steel Path on.
Gather strength for the battles to come.
Now, what I do dream about often are just the weird kinds of dreams where I'm thrown into weird social situations. Yeah, TF2's like... I feel TF2's iconic in that way. Oh, I completely forgot. Whoops. I forgot to put the stupid, cosmetic on. Well, guess I get to do that again. That's okay, I'll do Steel Path. I'm gonna turn my fan on because I don't know. You might hear it in the background. I used to play TF2 a lot as well, but I stopped just because it's not that I lost interest, I just came to grips with the fact that I'm just not very good at some games anymore.
Tenno, remember the peace that was sabotaged by greed and pride. Relive the tragedy you were forced to endure.
Ugh. And then my sister claims to not be able to, like, dream at all. I don't know. I think it might be related to that whole thing where some people can't really mentally image all too well. Because that's another thing she claims to not be able to do. Yet if I think in my brain, oh, imagine an apple, and it's like sudden apple. It's like ripe apple jump scare. It's big, juicy, and red, and it's gonna be really good. That guy was having a day of it. I don't know, I'm more of a pear person. Whee! I did not mean to go this way, but I'll take it. Well, it's not that I was bad at TF2, I don't know, like, I guess I just lost interest. I played, like, just regular quick play for a while. I played a little bit of competitive, and then I just gave up and started playing almost nothing but dodgeball. I used to play a lot of Medic, which I guess is a canon event. I used to play a lot of Medic, and then I used to play a bit of Demo. Wait, get over here. I forgot if this ribbon reduces range or not. I think I rolled that off. Oh, yeah. I went for a very long time without using Extinguisher, and then the one time I actually bothered to use it was post-nerf. And I thought it felt good, but at the same time, I wondered to myself, like, what did I miss? Goodness. Yeah, I was more of a third degree kind of person. I think that's the one where you can bash heavies and medics at once. I always found that to be very funny, if a bit overly niche. Oh wow, really? Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, I have a habit in games of not using things that are likely to get nerfed. I never thought that would get nerfed. I thought it was just fine, in my opinion, like before the nerfs. But I always have a habit to not use easily nerfable strats, because if I miss the thing like after the nerf, then it's gonna really hit hard. You know, I mean, I used pre-nerf Tide Turner, so there we go. Wow, look at all this chopped liver. I am on low health and this is fine. Should probably start proccing Wrathful Advance more though. Menace. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, a lot of players in games I've noticed over the years are risk-averse. They don't want to have to worry about risk and reward, and they only either hyperfixate on the risk being too great, or the reward being, like, more than they can fathom the risk for. And Extinguisher Pyro seems like one of those to me. That and Frontier Justice NG. I don't know, I don't main either of those classes.
I want fury. Let a Warframe take the field.
Oi, get back here. It's because of this frame specifically. This is Valkyr. Her whole thing is, like, basically going as nuts as you can with, like, melee damage and whatnot, and trying to survive. You see that meter? Well, you don't see it because my big fat head is blocking it, but there's a meter that's half blue, half red. If it gets in the red, then even if I run out of health, it'll consume the red meter to keep me from dying. It's nice, and you charge it by just whacking things, which is also nice. That's funny. I wonder what I should do for my theming moving forward. Because, like, some of the few assets for stream I do use are kind of generic. I mean, I did put them together myself, but still. Yeah. I actually had something like that happen too back in the day, but for Halo. I guess everyone's got the friends that they've met from certain games, or that they play certain games together with. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I was gone for a while. I could have streamed a lot earlier in the year, but there's just obligations that I had to do. I mean, now I'm more free. The only obligations that are really left are for this upcoming weekend. But I was thinking for a new stream schedule, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But between now and then, I do have time to put some new assets together. I mean, I like the way the chat looks, but I want to see if I can make it just look a little better. Wouldn't believe how much CSS it took to actually get it to do that. Rip, I missed. But yeah, I'm thinking of, not really rebranding, but like focusing on what a brand should be. I mean, I did make some updates to my model that are largely gonna go unnoticed because I have no way of animating the specific thing that I put on. We'll see. But I'm heavily debating whether or not I'm gonna do a lore video. I really want to. I just don't know if it's gonna, like, matter all too much. My game will not be finished this year, unfortunately. But I am pleased to announce that the movement system is pretty much done. I got ledge hanging done, I've got, the physics down, and I've started doing a 3D model of an enemy. Actually, wait, do I have an image of that? I think I do. Hang on. Is it time once again for the show and tell source, probably? Let's see. Show and tell image. It's nothing like super complex, but let me see. I sure hope I have. I do not have. Dang, I really don't. Okay, well, I guess I don't have a show and tell image for it. Oh well. Basically, it's like this orb drone that has... There are going to be 3 variants. One of them will have arms, one of them will have legs, and one of them will have arms and legs. The one with arms will have a melee weapon, and it flies around and slashes at you. The one with legs will be a ranged unit that will sort of plant itself in place and act like a turret. And then the combined unit will actually be a boss that can do both, and sort of switch between flying around slashing, and then crawling around and then firing at you with a cannon on its back. I like the idea. I wish I would have made a render before stream. I will be animating it myself because this is going to be a non-humanoid model. Ugh. Yeah, I'll be animating it myself. All the animations that I did for the movement thus far are... I did them myself, but they could be better. They don't follow the principles I would have liked to follow, like squash and stretch, or in between contacts. But yeah, I've been using Blender for this thing. I'm trying to learn it too. I do want to make a new original avatar though, rather than using a Vroid one. That's actually something I've been working on for a while that I was kind of hoping I'd finish before February 6th. But it's not in the cards. I am not enough of a modeler for that to be a reality.
Those warframes are all that make you special. See how you fare against one.
Oh, look at these chumps. This totally won't be a problem at all. This is not sarcasm, by the way. I'm only framing it as such.
The Anarchs were cruel, turning loyal friends into captive enemies. Lay their tormented ghosts to rest.
Come on. There we go. Ugh, again with this. There we go. God, Valkyrie just makes everything easy now. Maybe not everything, but most things. I mean, I can put a model together, but I wanna, I don't know. I think it's less about, for me at least, it's less about the creativity and more about I haven't really done too many models, like, at all. Like, I am not an artist. I mean, I can do vector art and logos, but that's really it. You know, that's also the reason why I haven't been doing very many thumbnail art, thumbnail pieces. You know what's super embarrassing, though? Is one of my most difficult, pain points are hands and feet. And that also happens to be one of the more difficult things that AI has trouble with. So if I try to draw something, I'm gonna have to do very hard. I'm gonna have to try very hard to not make it look suspect.
But you have triumphed today.
There we go. I got the challenge done. Yeah. I mean, I can get away with it for feet because all I really draw are shoes and things like that. But hands are like the bigger issue, especially with like poses and stuff. But I don't know, like as far as the rebrand goes, I think the biggest part of it is lore, because I don't need lore. I just know a lot of like real VTubers use lore, and I think it would be kind of a cool thing to do. It would at least explain like who I am and what I am in some small sense. It's like a sort of first impressions type thing. I keep going to the upgrade menu instead of the appearance, you know. But yeah, it's been a while since my wings were done. You just don't see them because they're always folded away. But yeah, I want to be able to at least explain why I like not only am here but like do these things, you know. I wasn't paying attention. Did I put the thing on? Yeah, I did. Alright, so next, complete the Descendia game mode once with Insign 4 equipped. Perfect. I needed to do that anyway. Actually, I do want to change my melee weapon. We will use... Let's use the Jat Kusar that has very funny numbers. Probably. Yeah. 142 crit times 18 crit damage. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention, one of the new things I got was a stream deck. So theoretically, I could actually start using my wings whenever. That reminds me. So sometimes I look at Uber Eats. Well, we look at Uber Eats for dinner sometimes. And whenever I see Mr. Beast Burger, I kind of like see some of the pictures. And it kind of looks sad. Like the sandwiches kind of look squished. I don't know why. Should I do public on this? Or should I solo? I'll flip a coin. I have a coin somewhere. There we go. Alright. Heads, I do this solo. Tails, I do it in a group. 3 flips. Tails. Heads. I'm a fast coin flipper. Oh, almost dropped it. Heads. Alright, solo. I mean, yeah, I can kind of see that happening. Now I'm hungry. Now I want some... What was it? Now I want some banh mi. Ah! Or some pho. Oof. Think I might have to donate some more plasma to make up the difference. It's kind of funny. The plasma donation place actually gave me an offer lately. It's $400 across 4 visits, so it's $100 each visit, which is so nice because normally it's like $35, which is very sad for the amount of time spent. I do get phantom pains though from when I did used to do it. I haven't gone in over 3 months, so I'd have to get a checkup. Alright, enough yappening. We descend. I don't really watch too much of Mr. Beast's content. I think the only 2 things I've seen was him building I think he built some kind of like water tower in a place without water and then put electricity there, like in some place. Maybe the same video actually. I don't know.
Do you believe there is something left to gain? Some stone left on
Time to kill. As soon as I stop teleporting randomly. Oh wait, no, I now I know what I was forgetting. I was forgetting my cat. That's what I was forgetting. How could I forget good old Melon? Yeah, Melon is a nightmare. Also, this isn't working out so well, at least right now. So instead, I will be using this. Do a viral build. Yeah, there we go. Alright. If I die once, then the whole thing is over. Well, maybe not the whole thing, but from where I left off from the safe zones. So I gotta be careful. If I were to do lore, I think I would want to put in like some kind of representation of a black cat that is very enigmatic and mysterious. Like just kind of a menace. It's Melon, the theoretical cat. He's not real. I don't have cats, so he's just theoretical. Oh wow, that's actually a lot more damage than I was originally anticipating. I love this music. Catboy model? I do not have the stones to do a Catboy model, unfortunately. And yet here I am trying to And yet here I am trying to postulate how I'm going to convince the world that a fairy that isn't graceful exists. You know, everyone else with their seasonal powers and their magic and their beauty and all of that. And here I am doing customer support. Ain't no magic in the world can help you against a customer. Oh, God. I have a feeling I'm going to be spending the entire Descendia in my 4. Probably. My favorite cat has to be Siamese cats, with Scottish Folds being a close second. There's just something about their round little heads that's just nice. I used to have cats before I moved, yeah, before I moved. I had a couple different cats. No, but I had a cat that was close enough to Garfield. We called him Tater. He was an orange cat. He got his head stuck in an empty fishbowl once. I thought it was funny. Aww. Yeah, Siamese cats are the best, in my opinion. But then again, all cats are pretty great. But no, I don't have cats anymore. I've got 2 Chihuahuas. Well, I have one, my sister has one. They are just so great, but they are very defensive of us. One of them loves to eat. The other one, mine, is very shy.
Important when on the battlefield, I suppose.
Yeah, I haven't had black cats, which is a shame because I really like black cats too. I've had an orange cat. Yeah. I've had an orange cat. I've had 2 hand-striped cats. I've had 2 black and white cats. I think they were very similar, actually, and one of them lived to be, like, very old. I don't know if she lived to be 18 or 21. I don't know. And then when we were staying with someone at one point in the past, she had 2 black cats. That is not a hole, and this is a defense mission. I'd probably get a cat again if I had the chance. My dog probably wouldn't like it, but I'd probably still do it anyway. Just because. She needs a friend. And she's like... she's almost middle-aged. But, she's gone for a very long time without properly learning how to socialize with other dogs. So I feel like she won't really know what to do if I got another dog. I don't know. Our 2 dogs are sisters, but they were kind of, they were separate. They're separated at birth, so I'm pretty sure they don't, like, treat each other as sisters. They sort of just exist around each other. Yeah. Mine's a long-haired Chihuahua, so it can only go one of 2 ways. She's either going to, like, just flip out at any mismatched social cues between cats and dogs, or they're just going to be like whatever around each other. I've got them both in my room right now, but they're just chilling. They're just laying down, trying to get used to the new room layout.
Mindless destruction.
when he was a little boy smashing his toys.
You know what dogs get a bad rap? Pit bulls. My sister had one, and my dad had one too. My dad's taking care of the one my sister had before she moved back with us. She's so big now. She's like... I don't know how to describe it. She's like the size of a livestock pig. But like way healthier and way more like agile than one. She can bust through... She could bust through walls and windows and fences. Yeah, what I wanted to do at one point was I wanted to do like a Chihuahua cam where I just have a camera of seeing her like rest or whatever. Or just like maybe chilling with some of her favorite toys. Her absolute favorite toy, both of them, their absolute favorite toy are these stuffed Santa Claus toys that we got like 2 Christmases ago for them. And they like go after those like non-stop. It's insane.
Here, I might gather you into a moment to breathe before we move.
No, they haven't torn them up at all. They're actually surprisingly gentle with their toys. Like, yeah, they do kind of like shake them around sometimes, but I think they might not be strong enough to actually do that. I mean, there have been toys that were torn up, but I've seen them do worse to toys.
Such machines. What empty scars they must leave
Ugh.
in their wake.
Okay, I'm getting knocked around.
Is to be made.
I should have put on Prime Sure-Footed. I almost lost the whole thing just then because the knockdowns.
Indeed. Imagine what it was like to live this kind of carnage in the waking world, Marie.
Melon's down. This is a problem. I don't like excavation. It's my least favorite mission type in this entire game. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah. So, our dogs are not violent. They bark a lot, but they never bite because one of them's too afraid and the other knows better. But, they've done worse to some of their toys. They had these, plastic bones that were supposed to be like cheddar flavor, but I honestly don't think that they were flavored at all. They like would chew those so often to the point where they're just like whittled away to nothing. We had to throw them out because they were starting to become a hazard. But I think the worst thing one of our dogs did to one of their toys was to a new one. So we got them a foam ball, and it wasn't very strong foam. It was like kind of fragile, easily rippable, which I don't know why you would make a dog toy like that, but okay. She doesn't like tear it up. She like, this is like the second day after we got this for them. It was like a Christmas gift for them. And she takes it under one of the chairs in the dining room. And this is before they were completely toilet trained. And she just makes a big poop on the ball. And I had to tell my mom because she's the one who got it. It was like, I regret to inform you, One of our dogs seems to have turned this thing into a latrine. They do not love strangers, unfortunately. They bark at strangers. But the one that did this thing is actually more accepting to strangers because she's more on the friendly side. But apparently the vet said that's actually weird Chihuahua behavior. Apparently they're supposed to be neurotic and upset. But yeah, she just takes it under the chair, sniffs it, and just leaves a big Tootsie Roll on the ball. And it's like, well, now I gotta clean up this mess. It's embarrassing, but funny. Ugh, this one was such a mess, speaking of. Alright. Ugh. Now in contrast, this one's one of the easier ones to do.
I dimly recall some
Yeah, no.
ceremony or other
They do not like strangers at all.
offerings, tribute.
Yeah, it's easy for Chihuahuas to escape. We have a fence with bars that are like... just... Oh, I finally got the bayonet stance. Nice. Yeah, the bars in the fence are thin enough for them to like be discouraged from attempting, but they can still like, if they really tried, like squeeze through. They used to be a little too chunky to make it through, but one of them's been on a diet and the other one's starting to get a bit more brave with attempting to get through. But thankfully they're very good listeners, so yeah, escaping is unfortunately common. Yeah. Our Chihuahuas used to want to get on people's laps, or used to want to get on our laps at least, but they stopped a long time ago. Sometimes they want to get on like the couch and like beds and stuff, but that's really it. Why is this thing so tanky? Am I just gonna have to shoot it? Does it take heat procs? I don't think it does. Yeah, I'm just gonna melee it. Let me melee, you stupid. There we go. To shreds, you say? Melon just finished the job. That works.
Mindless destruction. Perhaps
So-
this is a memory of the devils from when he was a little boy smashing.
It's a bit complicated, and Glaives right now are kind of in a very weird spot, at least for Destiny. So Warframe is not really toxic much at all. The only time you'd see toxicity is if you're in like super hard endgame content like this, and you like deliberately sabotage, or if you try to like enforce like people play however you want them to play and not however they want, which is often problematic. But Glaives and Destiny are kind of in trouble right now because some popular content creators made builds for them for the first time like ever, and it's making people, like, at least for PvP, and it's making them actually want to use them. The problem is the builds is like, it's kind of like how I used to use them, but in a much cheaper way that makes it so that way you don't take very much damage from your opponents when you melee them. And people are seeing that as toxic, and it's not, I don't think it's a toxic thing, but people are then like mocking people because they're using an unpopular weapon to win against popular weapons and against popular content creators. And that's now half of the toxicity. The other half is the blind hate that Glaive users get even if they're not using a toxic build. You know, and I can't even feel comfortable using them because of it. Which, the logical response is just to regurgitate the same thing, saying, oh, get thicker skin, yada yada. But like, if it's a thing that's one of my favorite weapons... Oh shoot, I gotta actually do the objective. Preferably without the bow and arrow, please. Yeah, if it's a thing that's like one of my favorite weapon types and people are saying it's cheap and it's toxic even if it's not being used as such, it doesn't make me feel good. That's why I've been playing the game a lot less lately. And now there's going to be a new glaive coming out soon. That's going to be the first new one in the new weapon system. And people are going to be toxic with that one too, and people are going to be toxic against that one. So it's like, do I even want to play the game, you know? Like, I haven't been using glaives at all because of it. So, but to answer your question, Warframe's toxicity, if there is any, is extremely, like, hard to find. It's usually just one guy trying to police how other people play, and not all too common. Yeah, I'm pretty much done streaming Destiny. It's not really a fun thing to stream. Well, I guess it depends. Like, streaming the PvE stuff with, like, bots and whatnot is, like, fun. You know, especially if it's, like, a accidental 10-hour-long campaign stream. But for PvP, and especially with glaives, it's like, that was like my one niche, and now people hate it, and so like, I don't want to do that anymore. At least on stream. Maybe one day people will forget they exist again. We'll see though. Maybe one day people will forget they exist again, and then I'll probably feel comfortable streaming it again.
Like fleeting
I just don't know.
one's grasp. These devices seek to elude us.
I think this expansion though, Renegades that they released, might be the last one I ever buy. It wasn't bad, but it's been 11 years now going on. I think I'm done. I mean, Warframe's been going on for a bit longer, but at least the toxicity, like, is significantly less. If there is any. I remember playing Destiny in its alpha. It was such a vastly different game. Yeah. the way I feel, it's a bit complicated, and I think a lot of other people feel the same. It's not that it was a bad DLC, it's just they needed Star Wars to, like, make it work. And it's like, this is the first crossover DLC they've really done. They've done crossover cosmetics and stuff, but they needed to lean on Star Wars to make a DLC that works, and I don't really know how to feel about that. Got nothing against the series, but it just doesn't really bode well, you know, if you have to outsource to a completely different franchise to save your own. I think very few games can, like, be an exception to that, with one of them being Fortnite. What that's worth. I got so mad the last time I played Fortnite, actually. And it wasn't even because of, like, losing or, like, something that, like, it could have done, like, gameplay-wise. So I guess I need to preface this by saying there are two game genres I really, really do not like, and that's Battle Royales and extraction shooters. And the thing that both of them have in common are their one-and-done, like, gameplay style. Yeah, it's basically just an amalgamation of franchises. But yeah, yeah, I actually tried giving it a shot a couple times, and I didn't have the worst time, but the building was too much. So when they put in, like, zero build, I was like, oh, you know, this is pretty cool. And then when they did a team deathmatch style mode that was, like, large numbers of teams, I was really happy. But what made me really upset... Yeah, no, it's okay. I understand, and I agree. I don't like Battle Royales, and I don't like extraction shooters, because, again, they're one and done. I don't like games where, like, you only have one life. Like, you waste time queuing up for matchmaking, then you get into the match, and there's a possibility that you can either die immediately, or everything is just ripped away from you. You know, all the build-up, all the loot, all of that. Especially worse with extraction shooters, because, like, that's the whole aim of the game, is to just, like, sort of just be a loot goblin and then try to escape. But the thing that made me so mad last time I played Fortnite, and what made me, like, quit, not definitively, but just, like, stop playing, is the last guy that killed, or the guy that killed me in that one match. It was just regular Battle Royale with zero build. I placed, like, 28th, and the guy who killed me, he rolled up in a Cybertruck and hit me with it, knocked me into a cliffside, and then while I was still in the air, gets out of the thing, and then shoots me. And I just felt very insulted, specifically because he did that, starting with a Cybertruck. You know, I don't really need to explain much. You know, for anyone who lived in America at the time, I can understand why that would be annoying. Heck, even I was annoyed by just seeing one of those in the game. You know, it was like insult to injury, in my opinion. So yeah, that's what got me, like, very upset. And I know they didn't mean to, like, insult me in that way, but, like, ugh, I don't know. Okay, why would you reduce your damage output by 90%? These are both terrible choices. I gotta figure out how to set this stream deck up. Everyone keeps saying it's capable of doing, like, some really cool things. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look for the manual or something. Well, They're no stranger to controversy. I mean, the Christmas update added Harry Potter, of all things. And I suppose I should preface this by saying I don't judge anyone who likes the franchise because it's a franchise. I only judge people who like the franchise because of the creator and trying to support her terrible ideals. I've legit seen some content creators I watch often, like, just move away from the loading screens to try to draw attention away from it as a franchise. You know, RT Game was one of them. He sounded very upset, and rightfully so, that it was a thing. Such a shame, that franchise. That was something I grew up with, that, like, I didn't read or watch the movies for, but I knew a lot of people who did. Why is the tank one of the bosses? That's something that I've seen a lot of people that I've grown up with, like, read the books for and see the movies for and look forward to the last stuff. And then it's like, then we have the whole thing with JK and it's like, well, now I don't want to see these things. You know? Don't even get me started on the video game. But it's like, I don't want to judge anyone who, like, don't even know about the controversies, because, like, that's holding people accountable for enjoying a franchise that they know nothing about on the back end. Like, is that weird? Because, like, I don't like the connotations from, like, what's come up about it. But at the same time, I don't want to, like, force people to be upset about it, you know, if they're none the wiser. I just want to keep people informed. Now, what makes it an even weirder moral quandary is Hogwarts Legacy did actually go free on the Epic Games Store recently. I picked it up because I pick up every free game on Epic, but I barely use the EGS to begin with. And so the moral quandary is, I paid nothing for this game and don't plan to get anything else for the DLC, but is it still morally wrong to play it out of, like, curiosity's sake? I don't think I will, but my curiosity, like, begs the question. I don't know. This is probably the only time I'm gonna really talk about this franchise, like, on stream at all. I am not doing much damage at all. I don't know. I think this goes into a philosophy I had before. That's okay. But I think this goes into a philosophy I tried to have before, where... Ooh, is that a circle cord? Where I tried to avoid talking... Oh, I already have it. Avoid talking about, like, political stuff and whatnot, because everyone feels different about everything, and we're in a time where things people used to like that were previously seen as fine are not fine because of either recent things or because of their creators ruining it. And I feel like shying away from these things is like... it does more harm than good sometimes, you know? Because it's like, how do you know where you stand on important matters if you just say nothing, you know? Yeah. Like, for example, going back to Harry Potter. I wanted to see all the movies growing up, but I just never had the time for them. And my mother literally has the entire, like, all the DVDs for them, you know, because she really liked them back then. But like, can I watch it in good conscience now? I'm not buying it, you know. We've already had it, it's already been done from long before these issues became a problem. But it's another moral quandary, you know, it's like, to do or not to do. So I'm just playing it safe and just not, you know. But it also begs the question, like, how long before something else happens? I guess what I'm trying to say is, be tough, but be fair, you know? Not everyone's gonna know the negatives behind something, you know? You could wake up the next morning and suddenly the manufacturer behind your refrigerator could be, like, exposed for some kind of scandal, you know? So, I don't want to say pick your battles, because that makes it sound way more dramatic than it ever has any right of being. But, you know, just keep things in mind. You know? On a similar note, I am not, like, very knowledgeable in terms of, like, economics, but I know back when the whole Chick-fil-A issue was a thing, I know that, like, the money I spend, at a local Chick-fil-A is very unlikely to reach the pocket of the CEO, you know? But people would still say it's just brand association. Yeah, and that's the other thing, it's like, do we really need some of these things? Like, is it well and truly, like, problematic if you give up one series, or, like, one type of food, or one product, you know? We don't need to, like, we don't need to cling to our, you know, material things. Not trying to sound like a monk, but, you know, I guess, for lack of better phrasing, yeah, pick your battles. Huh. Didn't expect this stream to get so philosophical. But then again, I'm literally going through the 21 circles of Warframe, so... Oh, right, and Force. I'm dumb. I haven't been paying attention to the actual modifier. There we go. Yeah. Morals and what you are and aren't willing to, give up and stuff. I know I won't be playing Hogwarts Legacy. I definitely will never stream it, like, ever. I only picked it up, really, just because EGS had it on their site, and I pick up every free game they have. Steam, too. There we go. There's one. I wonder if I can take this to the next one. Probably. Oh, I really don't like this game mode.
Devil, is that you?
Drop rates are kind of abysmal. Like, the regular version is fine, but, like, the drop rates just suck. Yep, I wish I had a name for each circle, but... I guess we could just call it grind all the way through. Thankfully, this one's almost done. I wonder where I'm gonna launch the game once it's done. I'm thinking Steam, but I don't want to just limit myself to one platform. Oh, I updated screen space recently. The PC version specifically. I put a timer between your presses to match, or to measure your reflexes, and did a performance update. I say recent, but it was actually like a bit ago. Yeah, well, in this case, the comparison is literal, because the latest Warframe to come out is supposed to be an actual devil. He's got 666 health and shields, and this area is supposed to be, like, diving into the psyche of a character that's, supposed to be, or share similar DNA. You'll see when I get to the boss.
Such boils fester within all. Sin is our sickness. We are morbid with guilt and shame.
This one's not so bad. I want to do more React streams. I think that one React stream, it wasn't bad with the whole customer service thing. I just did it because I saw it in my recommended and it was pretty much in my wheelhouse. But I want to react to some more fun stuff. Maybe some Warframe videos and maybe some other stuff. I don't know. I do want to make some custom assets for React, though. I have not done advertising for either of my... Well, I haven't done advertising for the platformer. It's still very early. But for Screen Space, I did do advertising on Twitter, back when I was still on Twitter. And before I left Facebook, back when it was relevant, I did it there too. I did their ad campaign. And it kind of worked a little bit. I only made a maximum of like the equivalent of 44 USD from this game, like total. And I won't be able to see that. I won't get a payout until I make an initial total of 1,000.
Leon, fire silences them all.
I do not know how to answer this question. God, now I want Nutella. Oh my god, that's actually very funny.
Devil strike this one. So his fire is stronger than his.
Oh my goodness. Welcome to the stream. What a sentence. Actually, I think I have a tiny jar of Nutella laying around somewhere. It was part of the Christmas goodies. Oh my. That's hilarious. Alright, the next challenge. Exploiter Orb. Yay. I do not think I have an arch gun that... I don't think I have an arch gun that's good enough for this. Why am I in here? It's over here, I think. I could just use the necromech. Conjunction voltage on this thing is actually really nice. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use the necromech. Okay. Alright. I have a maximum of half an hour left before I have to depart. So I'm going to do this next challenge. And maybe the one after that. Alright, so first I want to put this new one on. I don't even know if I have enough thermia. Are we in fractures right now? We are. Okay, next. Whoa, 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 we are not going steel path. I don't know if it matters, but I am not doing that. We have a sip of water. This sure be one long loading screen. Nah, it's probably because I'm not on the NVMe. I don't know. Alright. I'm not gonna pretend I remember where everything in this godforsaken place is. It's been ages since I've actually had to set foot here. Wait a minute. There's a mission for this. Let's go back. We're going back. We'll do this right through the back room. I like how the new microphone's light turns red whenever it starts peaking. Is nice. It's a Samsung G-Track Pro. Thing is very heavy. It's got a heavy base so it doesn't get knocked around.
Sparky, right. We're all here. Anyone asks? We never talked.
That's what I meant to do.
Head to deck 12 and load the thermia into the condenser. Then we start planning an attack on Exploiter.
Alrighty, I'm no Exploiter speedrunner, but I will do my best. It has been plural years. I did not mean to press that button. Or that button.
And Fortuna's concourse floods with thermia. We tried taking Exploiter down back in the day. We have to try again. But this time, we have to succeed. We don't, it'll be deck 12 all over again. And I can't have that. Zood and her sisters built a thermic condenser. Load it with thermia and we can start prepping for a fight.
Where's the hope? Is it here? Yes, it is. In ages. In plural ages. What? Oh, I forgot. I don't even need to do that. Make condensed the... Oh. Oh wait, no. I just gotta go to the machine.
Home again. Deck 12. Most of the old SU never made it out. Legs' folks. And Zood's sisters.
It's always so haunting whenever I hear that.
We've all tried getting through to her. But she insists.
She says nothing. No.
Remember their names.
Hope no one's arachnophobic.
defeated. You shall not be spared the rod, as those who came before you were not spared.
Okay, I am getting shredded. I don't know why I procced last gasp.
Or you still got legs. Oh no, you don't. Get down here and take what's coming to you.
Ah.
Her foot off.
I don't remember what to do. Is it the... Oh yeah, I gotta break the rocks it's on.
Her ventilation. Bust 'em.
Ah. I think I'm gonna have to use a frame that has shields. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use a frame that's actually gonna survive this. It's embarrassing that Valkyr can't, but oh well. Yeah. Alright. Hey, we'll turn this into a canon event. Why not? And then... Sure.
Sparky, right. We're all here. Let's get outstanding. Now get out there and void some mucking warranties.
Sure hope it didn't actually use up all the thermia.
The thermia into the condenser. Then we start planning an attack on Exploiter.
Weirdly enough, I actually forgot, or... I didn't forget anything, I don't know what I'm saying. I considered that early on,
Back in the day.
but no.
We have to try again.
I figured I was going to just
We don't.
stick with the
Deck 12 all
one.
over again. And
I did actually, like, unironically consider multiple timelines.
load it with thermia
And with the multiple timelines being previous iterations of my avatar. Where am I going? Can you imagine, like, a multiverse where, like, 70 different iterations of one person are just living completely separate lives, but then they're playing, like, one game, and then, like, they do the exact same thing at the exact same time across all timelines, and it creates a singularity? That'd be wild. Like, just someone's, like... I don't know, someone's an accountant, and then you have someone who's an athlete, and then you have someone who's a teacher, and then, like, they all play, like, the same game at the same time, do the exact same thing by complete accident, and then, like, everything collapses. Or at least all their timelines. Alright, now that I can actually survive... This is gonna take a while.
Children, the winter churn our character and fortifies our bodies.
Funnily enough, I actually did consider the idea of going with the superhero theming. Which of these machines was the one that I needed? I don't remember. I don't break those.
Not today. Purging the condenser.
Oh yeah, now I remember. A previous iteration that I had... So there were a couple of them that were actually interesting, at least to me. Where is... Is it here? Yep, it's here. Yeah. I had a couple ideas over time. One of them was a redhead that was literally just a human version of a tomato, like come to life. One of them was going to be a zombie jazz musician, and one of them was going to be a superhero. But all of those were like they didn't vibe with me very much. I forgot, do I have to break the next one? Where even... No, I have to do another one, I think. Wherever it is. There it is. I do want to have a theming that's better than just, you know, someone who does customer service. Yeah. Like, not just because it's what I've done before. Yeah, I went for something more subdued. Like, perfect example, like right now, and... Okay, that's not gonna pause. Well, I'll survive, I won't die. So, you can't see it right now. Let me see if I can open up my little window. Yeah, you can't see it right now, but I do have wings. They're just folded up. Folded behind the back because I don't know how to animate them yet. They're rigged. It's just, I don't know how to animate them. Where is... Oop. Is it visible? No. They're not visible, I don't think. Oh, they're barely visible. Can I rotate this, actually? Hang on, let me see. Whoa, okay. That's a little too close. Okay, this is being a little weird. We'll do a free look. Oop. Yeah, they're just folded. I'll do... Oh shoot, I think I messed it up. Nope, there we go. Yeah, the bones are extending. They're working... They work. I just don't know how I'd animate them in this software, is all. Alright, now what was I doing? Am I holding a thermia canister? No, I'm not. Conveniently, there's one. It's probably the longest exploiter run because I have not done this in such a long time. There we go. But yeah, bones are all set up and rigged and ready to go. The problem is because they're not part of like a regular humanoid mesh or a regular humanoid armature, I have to think of a unique way to animate them. You know, my sister has a similar setup with her wing, but I don't know. I'll have to do some research on that, but I want to set up the stream deck first in case that'll be like helpful for doing that. Because I want them to move, but I don't want them to like be like blocking anything like all the time, you know? Kinda, yeah.
Now she's sweating. Now she's sweating.
Because unlike what you'd normally see for this type of character, well, I am being pushed. Normally what you'd see for this type of character, you'd see butterfly wings, but I decided not to go the butterfly route for obvious reasons. Well, not really obvious reasons, but it's just not my vibe. These are mayfly wings instead. So yeah, hummingbird-esque might work, but I might do it a bit slower, just to save on animation timings. Alright, I gotta get rid of these guys, I think. Okay, then I go over here. Yeah, and I didn't want it to be like a single bone that just like makes them flap. I wanted it to actually be like kind of flexible, so it seems a bit more realistic. Not that it needs to be realistic, but it's just a pet peeve of mine. Boss always cracks me up with all this screaming.
Tell me their names. Come, children. It is a fine day to visit the city. Burn them all.
She's panicking about...
To attack Fortuna.
She's panicking because I'm killing a lot of the smaller spiders.
Get out there and stop.
But the larger thing is, I'm trying to, like, remember exactly, like, the context behind this. It's more so just... I don't remember. The long and short of it is this spider was created by a cult that worships money, and it protects the properties and structures on the outskirts of this frozen landscape. And now I'm trying to kill it. And it speaks like a grandma.
I think shall do me good.
Where's the weak points again?
Children,
Alright, I'm supposed to make it overheat.
attend me, little ones. Call them. Know what it means to feel them die.
Don't let those arachnoids cool her off. Keep the heat on.
Now I remember. Yeah, it's gotta overheat. Things are just getting roasted on their own. That's satisfying.
Watch it. She's fracturing the terrain.
Tell me and we'll make it quick. What were their names?
Oh, that's not a weak point, I forgot. Nope, not a single bit of AC at all. Which I find to be also very humorous.
Attentive children are a joy to all. Attend.
I just had a thought. I've been worrying about an arch gun, and this isn't even the giant spider that uses one in that fight.
Call them. Know what it means to feel them die.
Don't let those arachnoids cool her off. Keep the heat on.
Okay, but that typo in that line of dialogue is kind of annoying. They use an apostrophe S when they shouldn't have. Whee! Now we rip it to shreds.
The cognition engine is exposed. Shred it.
We are not at home to visit!
Now the weak point's vulnerable. These things need to start dropping stuff.
Medicine, children! Mother needs her medicine!
Stop those spiders.
That boss is in the DLC. You'll know when it's the one all the players hate. Warframe's actually never gotten DLC. Honestly, I don't know if it ever will. It's actually kind of interesting that they've never charged for any of their updates. Yeah, it looks like after this boss is gonna have to be where I call it, because I'm running low on time. Why is that one so far away? Yeah, it's actually kind of funny. The running joke is like every time a new player comes in and then they see like one of the content drops from the past that's like really good, they always say the same thing. They say, "Free game, by the way." It's so funny.
Medicine, children! Mother needs her medicine!
Oh, this one's gonna take a bit.
Stop those spiders.
The DLC thing is actually something that contributes to my frustration with Destiny, because they overly rely on it. And yet at the same time, I don't even know what else they do to like stay operational. It used to be buy to play, but then they changed it to free to play. Okay, that's a barrier. Oi. There we go.
To rest her eyes.
That's the next one. Oh yeah, absolutely. That's how it started. So even when it was buy to play, they started with microtransactions that were relatively tame. And all of it still is pretty tame. But like, then they started adding more and more and more. And it became to the point where it's like, it was a primary source of revenue from them, short of DLC sales. And it makes me a bit sad. Where is the canister? There it is.
Nothing shall replace a child's love for their mother.
Wait, have I not been I have not been shooting the canister the whole time.
Don't let them reach the orb.
Uh-oh. So now more enemies are gonna show up, and that's gonna be annoying. Yeah, I don't think it was enough either, but rather than, like, try something else that's different and unique, they just doubled down on DLC. And then the microtransactions started becoming, like, insane. Like, the latest DLC was Star Wars themed, but they actually had Star Wars armors before, the Star Wars themed DLC. I did not mean to throw that. Need to swap forms. That's what I was supposed to do. The entire time. Is that even... That's not even working, is it?
Replace the child's love for their mother.
Arachnoids, bringing in refined coolant. Don't let them reach the orb.
Yeah, pretty much. There we go. I don't think I'm hitting him. I'm using multiple weapons with travel time. Oh, whoops. That was a mistake. My brain is just scrambled. Yeah, the thing is, I don't know if shooting the canister is required. It's telling me to, but yeah, you're right, there is progress. I don't know. I don't grind this anymore. This used to be a really good money farm. I mean, it still might be. I don't know.
Arachnoids, bringing in refined coolant. Don't let them reach the orb.
Where are they?
More thermia! More thermia!
I think there's some over there. Yep. Oi. I'm pretty sure anyone who looks back at the VOD is gonna be, like, embarrassed at how long this is taking. Because normally it's a lot faster, I think. Finally, dropping some nearby. There we go. That's much better. Oh, there it goes.
She's exposed.
That's freaky looking, though.
That's enough.
Wow, this is doing a whole lot of nothing. There we go.
Sparky, get in there. Grab what you can before she goes critical.
So, I honestly don't have anything specific planned. I was thinking Monday's stream was going to be more Warframe. Oh hey, I'm alive. Yeah, Monday's stream is definitely going to be more Warframe. Wednesday's probably going to be a React.
Food?
And Friday, I haven't thought that far ahead.
Food. You okay?
We'll see.
Scores paid. Dead settled.
I haven't put up any schedules yet, though.
You remember them. That's all that matters.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Remember us. You knew us. You know our name.
We've never forgotten. Me, Biz, Smokefinger, any of us.
We had a name. Our name was Zood. The Zood. Thank you.
There we go.
Yeah? Don't get used to it. The lot of you.
Oh! I'm a fool. I completely forgot once again to use the cosmetic. You need it equipped. I have once again wasted time. Well, it doesn't matter. The next Warframe stream is going to be a continuation of this challenge. Okay, well, I mean, I did something, and something's always better than nothing. Whatever. I could probably do another run of this. I'll save it for the next stream. I think I'll do this boss again off stream though, so that way for the next stream I'm not repeating it. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Alrighty. Anyway, with that said, I do want to thank you again very much for showing up once again to the stream. I don't know when I'm going to post the schedule graphic. Probably tomorrow afternoon. Maybe today if I finish drawing fast enough. And if I can bring myself to actually draw. But, yeah, thank you again, and see you another time.